Hi, I'm Zach Lawson, here with Lawrence Urie and Theodore Lawson. We are here to talk with you about mobile security, specifically for Android devices. As we know, there are many different versions of Android on the market, being that it is free and open source. This makes it very difficult to secure them all at the same level. Initially, to fix this problem, we came up with a solution which allowed for only one universal Android operating system to ensure the highest level of security for all Android devices. However, we realized that this was not feasible due to the vast amount of Android products that there are on the market. Also, Google and Android developers would never allow for the free operating system to be set in stone. This is because they strive for variability, unlike Apple products. Our solution that would work for everyone would be to develop a software that walks a user through the process of rooting their Android device, and then they would install a custom ROM that supports frequent security updates through a community of programmers. This allows for Android to remain free and open sourced for the consumers. Every Android device is different from the other. This means that each device also has a different amount of ROM, RAM, and computing power. This, in turn, gives testament that a single Android operating system is not feasible. However, by developing a custom ROM, which people are allowed to choose from, would allow for it to remain different than other operating systems. We would theoretically develop some software that would walk the user through the process of rooting their device. From there, the app would walk the user through unlocking the bootloader of the device, allowing them to install a custom version of Android to the device. This new custom ROM is developed, maintained, and updated by a community of programmers as opposed to a device manufacturer. This custom software can then be updated by the community of developers as frequently as security risks are found, without having to wait for device manufacturers and carriers to approve the updates. This may seem as it is a bit far-fetched. However, there are already groups of developers who are producing similar products, such as the XDA developers. They are a community of programmers that create and support custom versions of Android for any number of devices. CyanogenMod is another group of developers that helps walk users through the process of rooting and unlocking the bootloader on their Android device. However, CyanogenMod does not focus on security in their custom ROMs and do not frequently send out updates.
To start out, we would need to develop an application interface that has basic guidelines for rooting and unlocking various devices. There is no uniform process for this, so we would first create a template for the process, have the community update these steps to the device specific. We would have to start out with support for only a few very popular devices, and slowly spread to other devices as we gather support through the community. We would next have to launch our application in the Google Play Store, which is easy enough because Google is very open to the idea of tinkering with their devices. Our testing data would be feedback we received through our user base, either through emails or through review in the Play Store. Users would be asked to submit crash reports to us so that we could see their system stats and system state at the time of the crash. From this data, we can identify trends among devices and see where the pain points are occurring. If we hear positive reviews, we can continue to improve our application, make it more user-friendly, and support more devices. However, if we receive poor reviews, we might decide to take the app out of the store and redefine it before launching again later on. The whole purpose of our app is to easily get users on a custom ROM that can receive prompt security updates directly from the community. Because of this, it is very important that we monitor how quickly users are receiving updates for known security issues, as well as feedback on how well these issues are being handled. We would only expand our app to support new devices when we are sure that we have enough community support to reach our goal of quick updates for all current devices on our list. Eventually, we hope to have a large enough community of support that we can have easy-to-follow instructions for rooting, bootloader unlocking, and custom ROM installation for a variety of popular devices. The more users we collect, the faster word would spread about our software and how easily we can make it to install a custom ROM on your phone that allows quick, community-written security updates to your phone. One main goal we have for the future is to acquire enough users that big manufacturers realize how large of a demand there is for prompt security updates. With the attention of the device manufacturers, we would hopefully be able to contract with them and have our application preloaded on the devices before being shipped out. The benefit of this would be a massive increase in the user base, and the benefit to the manufacturer would be delivering additional options to their customers as far as what software they can run on their mobile device. This would further support the idea many Android device manufacturers keep at their core. Android users like options and variability. Cost. Cost would not be a major concern considering we will be an open source software. We would really only have to create an application with a template for walking the user through the steps of rooting, unlocking the bootloader, and installing the ROM software. We would also need to create a website for our product that has forums where users, developers alike, can post questions, topics, feedbacks, and so forth. Another cost we would incur is responding to feedback. When our application initially launches, we will need to have only a few developers supporting the few devices that we have, and probably not receive too much feedback. The feedback we do receive, however, would be easy enough to maintain and respond to by ourselves. Moving on, as we gain more users, developers, and support for the devices, we will start to receive more feedback than our group can handle. Once again, we will call on the community for help. In conclusion, our past ideas for fixing the amount of time it takes security patches to arrive on Android devices was too extreme and honestly unrealistic. By developing an application that walks the user through the process of rooting, unlocking the bootloader, and installing a custom ROM onto their device, we provide an option for users who really care about security on their mobile device. The community of Android developers who create custom ROMs for Android and support these ROMs is staggering, and we are confident that with our app and the help of our community, we will help to solve security for Android devices everywhere.